I blame Gen Z and their culture of complaining. Trump has said this is fake news, but it's going to damage your reputation. Or will it?
Whatever problems they've got, 10 times worse, 15 times worse, 20 times worse. She is a dreadful idea. Not as bad as...
Hello, I'm JJ Anisiobi, and welcome to the Daily Expresso, the show where we find the biggest stories and dissect them with a bit of common sense. Hit the thumbs up button. It's a quick and easy way to help our content get seen by more people. Thank you. Now, normally, as you know, I'm joined by an intelligent, glamorous woman, Belinda DeLucy, Esther McVeigh, Sam Lister, for example. But today we're going to try something different. I've got my Daily Express colleague, James Walker. James Walker, the straight talker. How are you doing today, mate?
Thanks for the lovely introduction, mate. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Sorry to let you down.
Well,
Happy to be here, though.
We're an equal opportunities employer. We have to help everyone. Let's start with a bit of a wild one. It's emerged today that Donald Trump and our very own Peter Mandelson both feature in a birthday book given to the now dead convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein back in 2003. The book was released by Epstein's lawyers with a trove of documents that include the disgraced financier's will and his personal address book with contacts that include royalty, celebs, models, and politicians from all around the world. The White House has denied the alleged letter from Trump was authentic and said the president did not draw the picture and he did not sign it. Meanwhile, pictures of the godfather of New Labour, Peter Mandelson, were published in this birthday book. Files handed to the US House Oversight Committee by the sex trafficker's estate appear also to include a handwritten note from Mandelson to the paedophile describing him as his quote-unquote best pal. An official spokesperson last night reiterated Lord Mandelson has long been clear that he very much regrets ever having been introduced to Epstein. James, regardless of whether this is fake or not, and for the record, Trump has said this is fake news, but it's going to damage your reputation, or will it?
I don't think so. I mean, the polls show that his base is not super happy with the way the Epstein file stuff has gone. I mean, he promised to release them, right? Bit sus, kind of backtracked on that, and now this has come out. But, I mean, how many storms have we seen him ride through, right? He's just shrugged off so many things before. Mm-hmm. This is just going to, water off a duck's back. No one's going to care in 2 weeks' time.
But
going to forget about it.
The letter that they're saying he wrote, it's like a play. I mean, the drawing on there
is very
is
artistic. Do you reckon he's done that?
Really? I think, listen, Donald Trump can do anything. That guy, he can do anything. I think he's great at pretty much everything. Yeah. But the letter, it reads like a play, like a transcript.
Yeah.
Whether Trump wrote it or not, it reads very strangely.
Bit of a conspiracy theory. It reads like something that Epstein would have written, not Trump. Can you imagine Trump writing that? I mean, really? Should we have a look at the?
We have it. We have it here. To make it easier for the viewers and listeners, you're going to read out the parts of Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. And I'm going to read out the part of Donald Trump.
Who's going to do the voiceover?
The voiceover. I'll do the voiceover in my normal voice. Then I'll do Trump.
Yeah.
So this is how it starts. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Then it goes into Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Nor will I, since I know what it is.
We have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
Yes, we do, come to think of it.
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
There's some weird lines.
So
in there,
weird.
Right?
Also,
Enigmas never age.
Why was your Jeffrey Epstein impression an English accent?
Well,
you just did it as yourself.
How'd you do a pedo? Right? I think I got an accent. I mean, we have certain things in common. What do you reckon that's about?
If I say I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
If I say I'll be in trouble.
Okay.
But the picture as well, just this like outline of a woman.
Should we show it to the camera?
And
For anyone who's
they can flash it up for us.
It's
so grotesque and strange and weird.
It's very strange.
I'm not surprised Donald Trump is saying he had nothing to do with it. I'd be saying I had nothing to do with it if that was.
Well, he's saying the signature's not his, but it looks
maybe
familiar.
It looks familiar, but you could Photoshop a signature on, right? You could fake his signature, perhaps.
He could do. You could do, I suppose. But no, I think, it's possible it's, made up. We'll see.
We'll see. Well,
we'll see.
American viewers, please tell us what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Anyone in America, whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, tell us what you think of this accusation. So, back to the UK now. Lord Mandelson, also implicated in this. pretty embarrassing for Labour, considering everything else that Keir Starmer has on his plate. Now he's got to deal with this as well.
I mean, I made some notes. I mean, if you thought there were some weird lines in Trump's little speech with Epstein, there's some weird stuff in Mandelson's notes as well. Supposedly calling Jeffrey Epstein his best friend, not off to a good start. Poor judge of character. Taking you by, in one point he says, taking you by surprise in one of his glorious homes. He likes to share with his friends, and then he says this, yum yum.
Ugh.
I mean,
Ugh.
creepy. And do you see the pictures of Mandelson in the file shed? Yeah, the top off with the trunks on and in a dressing gown on the balcony.
I've got lots of good friends. I've got lots of best friends. I've never described them sharing things with me and me saying yum yum, especially like in a birthday.
I mean,
card
if you
or
sent me
something.
that text, I'd be concerned.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You're not my friend, so I wouldn't send that to
mate,
you.
yeah. Thought we were more familiar than that, but okay, yeah.
Has anyone ever haunted as many celebrities from the grave as Jeffrey Epstein?
That's a tough one. I think he's up there, isn't he? With
it's him and then Savile. Maybe.
He's in the top 5. Savile, yeah, definitely. He's got some people. I mean, was it Louis Theroux shot a documentary of him, and they were sort of talking about being friends. I mean, hard to shake that one off. Marilyn Monroe, maybe, all the affairs.
I don't think
not
Marilyn
quite as
Monroe's
bad as
quite the same.
paedophilia.
No. I think she's okay. Right, moving on. A Daily Express exclusive has revealed civil servants working for the taxman have taken 1.6 million sick days in the last 3 years. Tories hit out at the sickness culture across the public sector after records showed more than 500,000 days a year were lost at HMRC. The absences are costing Britons millions of pounds at a time when the country can least afford it. James, is this something we should be taking seriously, or is it just a storm in a teacup? Everyone gets sick,
it's a Daily Express splash, so of course you should be taking it seriously.
We
There's
should
some terrible stats in there. 1.6 million sick days over 3 years. Not good. 500k of those from HMRC. Have you ever been on a sort of waiting line with HMRC doing your self-assessment tax returns? I mean, it's a nightmare, right? It's an absolute nightmare. You're on there for ages. Not surprised they're taking so many sickies.
Yeah.
But not sound like I'm defending civil servants here. I don't work for the Daily.
It sounds like you're about to start defending civil servants.
I'm about to start defending civil servants.
You better not start defending civil servants on this show, James. They're lazy.
When you look at the stats, JJ, across the entire UK, around about 148 million days were lost to sickness in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Civil servant sick days account for a tiny fraction of that. There is a bigger problem at play here, which I think is that British people are just taking more sickies. They're not working as hard. I mean, if you look at the sort of welfare stats, there are tons of people on out of work sickness benefit in the sort of 18 to 34 bracket. They should be young, sprightly, up and about, out there working. Increasingly, they're taking, time off sick. And why? I mean, you probably have.
Well, I'm going to say why, because they're Gen Z. I think Gen Z are lazy. You're Gen Z, aren't you? You are Gen Z.
No, I'm a millennial. Look at me.
I don't think you are. I think you're a Gen Z.
I'm a millennial.
Regardless, I think Gen Z, they are not built the same way that millennials, boomers. For me to be sick off work, my arm's going to be hanging off. Not, I don't feel great today. I've got a bit of a sniffle, or my tummy's not so good.
You have a lot of holiday, though.
I have a lot of holiday, but I've earned that holiday. I've earned that.
Yeah?
But actual sick days, I blame Gen Z and their culture of complaining. It's always a victim mentality with them. If we had the boomers and the millennials combining together, I bet if we dug deep into these stats, we would find that it's more of the youngsters who are taking sick days.
If you dig deep, about 500,000 of those people who are on long-term sickness benefits, which I think is about a third, are people in that 18 to 34 bracket. So actually, as you get older and older, more and more people are taking out work sickness benefit. Obviously, some of those will be legit. You get older, you get diseases, you get more infirm, maybe your back goes out, you're less likely to be able to work. Fair enough. But I don't think it's just Gen Z being lazy. I think there's something wider.
No, I think you're wrong. Gen Z are lazy. That's a fact.
There's something to be said for the mental health argument. I mean, the reason this out of sickness sort of benefit culture has grown and those graphs are heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get a note from a GP nowadays saying, I'm depressed. If you go on the NHS website, you just have to answer a quick questionnaire and you sort of give the doctor a call and say, I've been feeling a bit down. You don't even have to be suicidal, and they'll say, right, get you in now. Let's get you to a psychiatrist, and then you get your note. And it's so easy now to get time off work for mental health and sickness. It's out of control.
Yeah, blame Gen Z. So I will add, a HMRC spokesman has said our sickness absence rates are in line with averages across the UK workforce. I don't care if they're in line with the average across the UK workforce. I think if you work for the civil service, you should be turning up to work much more. I've heard some people who work for civil service complaining they have to go into the office again, saying that they're blaming that, saying that, well, because we have to commute into the office, we're now having more sickness. Sorry, this is your job. Turn up.
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, I've heard some horror stories from sources on Whitehall. People sort of being told, the Secretary of State needs X, Y, Z by 5 p.m. Or 6 p.m. And the civil servant, random dog's body, sort of further down the chain, will come back and say, well, actually, my hours are 9 to 5. If a Secretary of State is asking you to do something, you stay late, right? You're a civil servant, you're a public servant. We're paying for their salaries. Stay an extra hour, get the work done. That's what you're there for. That's your constitutional role. It's not, 9-5, clock off, go home, or go down the pub.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. The starting gun has been fired in the race to replace Angela Rayner as Deputy Labour leader, with some notable candidates officially throwing their hats into the ring. There's a few main runners and riders, and I want to know, James, what are your thoughts on these contenders?
Well, it's a field of crowded talent, isn't it? I mean, who's your favourite?
Bridget Phillipson. Runaway favourite for me. I think she's listen, don't look at me like that. I think she's fantastic. She's not from London. We need to have people.
Where's she from?
She's from the north, mate.
Whereabouts?
She's from the north. That's all that matters. She's from the north. She's a northern woman. She's from a single parent household, and she's working class. Now, I know I bang on about this all the time. I'm a working class lad.
Really?
Raised on the council estate.
You've not mentioned it. Yeah.
I'm not mentioning it much. Dad was a tool maker. He wasn't a tool maker. But she's done lots to help fight child poverty. When she was in the Department of Education, she extended free school meals for kids. That's the exact kind of person I want leading the country. I don't think you can understand what it's like to go without food and to then make decisions about how much people can give in benefits each week if you've never been in that situation yourself. She has been in that situation. She knows what it's like. That's what I want leading the country.
I mean, fair enough, her personal background might be sort of, perfect for the part, but her professional record, poor. I mean, she's restricted academies' freedoms loads. Everyone in the school sector seems to absolutely hate her, from teachers' unions to the school bosses.
Because she's fighting for the people at the bottom.
She's got everyone on the same side for once. They all hate her. They all think she's crap. Yeah, she's a charisma bypass as well, let's be frank. She's not really got the kind of energy you need to be in front of camera all the time.
Don't need
doing
to be
the media around.
Don't need in front of camera all the time. Just need to turn up to PMQs on Wednesday when Keir's off doing something else.
Oh, yeah.
That's
she'll do well against...
She will grow into the role. She will grow into the role. I think she's she's a perfect candidate. Okay, well, what about...
I can't see it.
Belle Ribeiro Addy. What are you?
I mean, just a non-starter. Basically, no conversation needed. She's from the left. So instantly just, 10 points against. She's from the left. They need to be moving probably rightward on basically everything, especially the economy. Their welfare package, probably the best idea they've had yet, has been nixed. They need someone who's going to be driving that through. She is not it. She is not going to be there backing that. And on migrants, I mean, did you see what she said on migration?
Yeah.
She said, basically she wants more of it. She's happy with it to continue as is. That is just an open goal for Nigel Farage.
The only defence I could say for her is that she will oppose Starmer. She will be a voice against him. She won't just let him go and do whatever he wishes to do. She'll stand
to go and do more mad stuff that's got him in trouble. I mean, she's just going to make, whatever problems they've got 10 times worse, 15 times worse, 20 times worse. She is a dreadful idea. Not as bad as Emily Thornberry.
Okay, well, that's good. Let's move on to Emily Thornberry. Well, what are your thoughts on her? Clearly, you're not a fan.
Oh, no. I mean, the whole England flag business. I mean, with the flags going up on all the sort of lampposts, cities across the country, towns across the country, do you really want the woman known for turning her nose up at an England flag on a van as your deputy leader? No.
I guess not.
Complete nonsense. What do you think of her?
Thornberry, I interviewed her once she was talking about taking on scammers in foreign countries who are defrauding people in this country. Right. And I said to her, okay, but how are you going to stop them? There's people in Brazil in warehouses doing it. There's people in the Philippines in big warehouses, hundreds of them at a time. How are you going to stop them from London? And she went, well, we'll tell their governments to arrest them. I'm like, they're not going to do that. Well, why do they care? It's stupid. So, I don't think Thornberry's fit for purpose, to be honest. I'm surprised she's lasted this long in politics.
Do you think she'll get the MPs to back her?
Ooh. She might scrape it. I think she could scrape. They're going to get 80 nominations. She could scrape it. There's only 3 days for them to get these nominations in.
I mean, that means Belle Ribeiro.
Belle Ribeiro's out.
She's out. She's out already.
Yeah.
Thornberry, I mean, she's within a fighting chance. Right? She's quite charismatic, to be fair. She is quite
She
funny
doesn't mind getting in
sometimes.
front of a camera.
She is quite funny.
She loves being in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should just be on TV
Speaking
instead.
from experience.
Speaking from experience, she loves it. Lucy Powell is another runner and rider. What do you think of her?
Just like who? Right, I mean, just complete non-entity. She got sacked by Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Not exactly like...
It wasn't her fault. Rayner had resigned, so he had to do a reshuffle.
I mean, she was leader of the House of Commons, wasn't she? Or
yeah.
their whole agenda's just been torn to shreds. They've not gotten key policies through the backbenchers.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really fit for purpose, is she?
Finally.
She's done terribly in her current job.
Alison McGovern.
I actually have no opinion.
There you go. No opinion. So
tell you what, though, I think I'll put it out there. Controversial opinion. Angela Rayner's better than the lot.
Oh, I wouldn't disagree with that. Although, as you can see from her judgment, she's has very poor judgment. Twice caught out over housing. Twice. Lied
in the housing brief.
Twice.
Not great.
So she's, for that alone, she's got to go.
But she was great standing in at PMQs, sort of in lieu of Starmer, right?
Yeah,
she was really
yeah.
sort of gave Gemrick, etc., Mel Stride a real run for their money.
She did.
Great performer, good on the broadcast rounds. She had her sort of fans. I mean, probably not in places they need votes. I mean, a lot of people in those places don't like Rayner.
Yeah.
But in the sort of core heartlands, you sort of, northern cities, London, etc., Rayner's kind of like, a bit of a fan favourite. None of these guys are going to hold a candle.
Listen, our associate editor, Sam Lister, who does the Friday episodes with me here, she wrote a whole column about Rayner, how she's not a working class female hero for people. Bridget Phillipson, I think, is that person. I think she's legitimate. I don't think she's off buying her third property and moving funds around so she can go and live by the coast. I think Bridget Phillipson can be Rayner 3.0. Not even 2.0. She's better than her. She's 3.0.
You think, okay, well, maybe, but what do you think of this whole sort of chat? Harriet Harman was saying the deputy leader must be a woman. Do you think it has to be a woman? Do you think there's any men who could fill the role who would be perhaps better than the
listen,
put forward?
Rayner was one who's passing through laws to stop mayors being able to run. So otherwise, I'd have said Andy Burnham. But actually, I think he would just be a good leader, full stop, not a deputy. Good leader, full stop. But it essentially is ruled out. So I don't think it has to be a woman. But I think if Labour want to paint themselves as this lefty party who are all about equality and rights for everyone, then it makes sense to have the second position be a female if the first position is going to be governed by a man.
Elephant in the room, David Lammy. I mean,
I don't know. Again, like Thornbury, I don't understand how he's still considered good enough for anything in politics.
Yeah. I mean, he sort of fluffed the Foreign Secretary brief quite badly, embarrassed himself with his comments on Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Now, he's basically been kind of demoted. I mean, did you see his face in the pictures outside Downing Street last Friday? He looked absolutely miserable. Great for us, of course. He looked absolutely gutted with the role he's got. So clearly, Keir Starmer doesn't rate him. But I wonder if he'd do quite well with the base.
Look, you've got 5 people who've put themselves forward so far at the time of recording. Who are you saying is going to win? Because I said Bridget Phillipson is number 1, and you said absolutely not. But who's going to win? Who are you going to pick from those 5?
Fiver says Wes Streeting enters at the last minute. Gets it.
No chance.
Think about it.
No chance. He's waiting for the big role, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Now, before we leave you today, I think it's worth discussing a parting shot that was delivered by the outgoing French Prime Minister last night as he was ousted by MPs. In a warning delivered in his final speech to Parliament, Francois Bayrou said France could become like Britain if MPs tax the rich to solve its debt crisis. Bayrou added economic meltdown and high taxes could force the wealthy to flee, as they had done in the UK. Now, his comments came in a last gasp bid to save his premiership as he pleaded with the French Parliament not to vote him out of office. Yeah, well, he lost the vote, resoundingly, plunging France further into crisis and triggering calls for President Macron to resign. I can take a lot of criticism about our country. If it comes from the Americans, from the good Americans, fine. I can even take it from some Russians. I can take it from the Chinese. I cannot take it from the French.
You're not having it from the French?
I'm having it from the French.
Look, mate, he might be French, but he's bang on.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, the French lefties want higher taxes on the wealthy, all that sort of rubbish we've had to deal with here. I mean, he's completely right. If they go forward with those sort of plans, they're going to be in the dogs. I mean, you look at Rachel Reeves' record, which is obviously kind of pointing to. She's slapped the biggest tax hikes on Brits in 30 years. She's failed to cut inflation. NI tax is up, so it's tax on jobs. She's done absolutely nothing about huge public spending and this massive benefits bill we've got. She's completely spooked rich people with all these tax hikes on the wealthy, and what's the result? Sorry,
the French are no better. Gerald Depardieu and all these other people leaving the country, they're talking as if that France is this utopia place. Well,
it's already bad. Don't make it worse.
Migration is much worse over there than it is here. Yes, a lot of them, some migrants are fleeing there to come to the UK.
Yeah.
But but France gets a lot more migrants than the UK does. Their economy is not growing as quickly as ours is. Yes, we're in lots of debt. So are they. And you know why? Because they don't want to work until they're 65, 66. It
Yeah.
used to be 60 was the retirement age. I think now it's 63 in France. They are the lazy ones. And they're looking at us and saying, oh, don't be like the British. What? Don't be prosperous. Don't be a country that's so great that people from around the world want to come and live here.
I don't think we should be jumping up and down about 0.3% GDP growth.
Growth is growth.
The Chinese are on like 8% growth a year. We're on 0.3%. The Chinese, a communist party, are growing quicker than the UK. I mean,
they work harder.
We owe something like 40k per person in this country in debt.
Yeah.
We've got a huge debt bill. We are looking at a 1970s style crash. Rich people are fleeing the country left, right, and centre. Jobs are being cut. I mean, yeah, the French have got to learn a lesson from us, I think. They've got their problems. They can fix it. They've still got time. I mean, yeah, I don't want to see another European country go to the absolute dogs.
When the British millionaires are fleeing to go and live in France forever, then I'll say, oh, okay, you French are doing the right thing. Clearly, you know what you're talking about. But they're not. No one's going to France saying, oh, much better life.
No, they're going to Milan. And why? Italian right-wing government, cutting taxes, making things nice. You know, the Dolce Vita for the rich. You know, they know what's up out there. They've got loads of rich people moving to Milan now. And then Dubai, the same. What have they done? You basically don't pay income tax in Dubai, right?
Uh-huh.
No wonder so many people are going over there. Yeah, the French, can definitely take a lesson from the UK. You know, don't hike taxes on the wealthy. Give them a bit of not a free ride. You could give them a bit of a ride, you know, and then watch the economy grow.
Okay, well, it's time to say a bientôt. The coffee has worn off, and that is all we've got time for. Thank you for watching the Daily Expresso. Join us again tomorrow when I upgrade James Walker, the straight talker, for the wonderful Carol Malone. Bye-bye.